Alright, you ready? Oh no! Why did that? Oh shit! Hold on.
Is that your phone?
Yes.
Jesus, have some professionalism here.
Just a little bit.
Listen, listen, listen. It's not my fault. Who is it?
You did your
Oh, it's
best.
it's a girl. Anyways, you guys. So here's what happened. I got kidnapped by two vegans. Now, I'm not that worried, but also maybe keep in mind that I don't have the ability to run away. So there's that. But also, it's Rachel Jordan, and she's freaking awesome, you guys. Holy crap, guys, give it up for Rachel Jordan. Welcome to the Dirty Nerdy Show. Oh my god. By the way, in case you're new here, my name's ChristopherNotWalken. That's FamKam. What's up?
Ayo.
Hi, friends.
Oh yeah. So that was my favorite intro that I've ever done, by the way.
I love it.
I thought it would be good.
I think it is good.
I thought it would be great. Yeah. So Rachel Jordan is kind of just one of my favorite streamers on the Twitch. Like,
Aw.
she's so good, and she's so kind to everybody, and so freaking just she's next level.
Really
She's
encapsulates my energy, just like ah.
yeah, she's like next level.
That is incredibly flattering because I feel like I am a total like noob amateur and I like go watch other streamers and I'm like, wow, I am definitely not like that at all. Like level of professionalism during my streams is it hovers around 5 to 10 out of 100. I feel like lots of mic bumping, lots of uncontrollable laughter, sometimes uncontrollable crying, you know, but we have a fun time.
We do have a fun
Uh,
time in your streams.
yeah,
Def-
you're like punk rock Heather Feather.
That's right.
that is a very flattering comparison. I do love my Heather Feather trademark. So that, but you know, she's the queen. She's the OG.
She is.
I can't do that. My tongue doesn't do that.
It's not even coming from your tongue. It's like it's like the roof of your mouth, kind of.
You want to know how I do it?
How?
I
Yes, tell us how you do it, Keith.
I come.
Slowly.
I combine my technique for inaudible whispers, which is technically unintelligible whispers because you can hear it. I take the vowels out of everything I say, and for I'm actually saying couscous.
That's like I say that a lot when I'm like trying to do lots of like inaudible or mouth sounds, but they're freaking hard, man. I like am out of breath. I did like I feel like it was like a 10-minute inaudible whispering video and well it ended up being 10 minutes, but it was like 18 minutes to begin with and I just had so many like breaks I like had to edit out because I was like
Oh yeah.
it's
They're
hard
hard, and I'm out of breath. Are the name?
you don't even have to finish. We already know.
That's also another name.
You don't even have
And that's the third one.
to.
Well, how long can you hold your breath?
I haven't timed myself recently. It's probably been since like middle school that I've tried to time. But like normally I feel like my cardiovascular health is like pretty decent.
Mm.
You know, I can like hike without getting winded. But
Yeah.
something, sitting in a chair and whispering into a microphone and trying not to make too much loud noise just really takes the wind out of me, you know?
I think part of the reason for that is because when you're moving, you have better blood flow.
Yeah. Maybe I like just turning off like the binaural and just moving around the microphone when I'm doing it so that
Mm-hmm.
but just having the sound come from one direction. Maybe we'll see if that helps.
I'm
Yeah.
a pro at sitting.
You are.
I'm so good at it.
No one better, honestly.
No.
There isn't. Yee. So, how did you get into the ASMRs?
Oh man. Well, like we were talking about earlier before the interview portion started, this is a little back scene conversation snippet. We were talking about I moved to Los Angeles 5 years ago from Chicago. I grew up in the Midwest in the Chicago suburbs.
That's where
Um,
that accent came from.
and that is why I sound like this. And I moved to LA, and I first moved into a place, and I had roommates, and I was with a partner at the time. We broke up. Eventually, I got my own studio, but I was just dealing with a lot of mental health issues, anxiety, depression. Obviously, I was in a very long term relationship, moved across the country with this person. We broke up. And then I was faced with like being alone, which was fine. I was happy to be out of the relationship, but was also 2,000 miles away from, my family and everyone who cared about me. So it was very difficult for me at nighttime, especially I was having ruminating thoughts, and just my whole life I've struggled with my mental health, but it had really, I feel like, come to a head when I got my own studio and was just really feeling lonely all the time. And I would put on like white noise videos or like leaves rustling or whatever, those, videos that you can find on YouTube. And one day I saw massage ASMR was in like the recommended section before, just from being like on Tumblr and like 4chan and Reddit and like being an internet girl for my entire adult life. But I never sought it out. So I saw this video and I was like, what is this? I clicked on it, watched it for like 2 minutes and was like, absolutely not. Nope. No. Closed it. And then I spent like the whole next day thinking about the video, and I don't even think that I got ASMR from it like the first time, but I just kept thinking like actually like my first response was just like no, it was a very like visceral reaction. And the next day I just was like actually like I think I kind of enjoyed that. So the next day I went back and watched the video the next evening, and realized that like this was something that was like incredibly relaxing and comforting to me during a time that I was like really struggling with feeling lonely. So I had like that sort of um intimacy and comfort of like, having another person feeling like another person like cared about you or something. And that's like really what drew me into the community. And pretty soon, like the next week I was like, can I say balls deep?
Of course you can.
I was like balls in ASMR, like already just like I feel like I went through every freaking ASMR video that was uploaded on YouTube at that point. And then got hooked on Karuna Satori's channel, and she was like the first ASMR artist that I really started following. And the first like this was I wasn't exposed to like the YouTube community at all before this. I just casually would watch like, a music video or something here or there. And yeah, I started watching Karuna Satori and just, really used ASMR every night to fall asleep for years. And I'm in a much better place mentally now, but I still do use ASMR. But after I got to a better place mentally, I felt like this is kind of something that, well, this is something that's helped me so immensely that I want to try to do it so that I can help other people, because this was like, some of my lowest points in my life. And one of the only things that was keeping me going and helping me not feel alone and, helping me control my anxiety was ASMR. And if I can just, if I can put out content that's going to help people who are feeling the same way as I was, then that's like, how can I not?
Hell yeah. I'm telling you. It's so good. You freaking just, dude. Honestly. Honestly.
So, what inspired you to do ASMR yourself?
Keith
So,
asked the question. All right. Every time Keith asks the question and like that, we gotta ring a bell or something. Because he
um,
because he rarely asks the questions.
Do I?
so
Yeah, you usually make me answer the question.
I don't know if that's true.
Keith, you're doing amazing, sweaty. Um, so I was kind of thinking about, before I started actually doing ASMR, I was like doing ASMR on my partner, or like, just tapping on literally every single thing on this planet that I could. At work, I would be grooming dogs because that's what I do as a job. I groom dogs, and I would literally like tap on the dogs' heads, like
Aw.
like tapping on everything. Um,
I was
and
looking at your dog grooming IG.
Oh, I do have a dog grooming Instagram for anyone who wants to see cute dogs. It's Rachel Colant Grooming. So go ahead and give me a follow there. But um
We'll put a link below in the description.
perfect. Um so I was just like tapping on everything and making mouths, just like clicking my tongue and just doing all of the ASMR things. And after a while I was like, why don't I just do that? Like, why don't I just try to make a video? And it just so happened I looked online and saw that the Blue Yeti mic was on sale for like $80, and I was like, oh,
Damn, that's a
okay.
hell of a deal.
Yeah.
Mine was
So
130 bucks.
I felt like it was like just a sign from the universe that was like, go forth and make ASMR. And so I bought it, and then it sat in a box for probably like a month, and I was kind of like intimidated to get started. And once I made my first video, I was like, okay, this is actually like, the video that I made, I felt really good about it. And the response that I got was super positive. And like people, even my first video, people were like, wow, this is like already helping me. And that was enough for me to just get hooked. And I'm like, okay, this is what I want to do. Like, I want to help people. And that was in, I want to say, like mid to late August of 2019. So we're coming up on a year.
Hey, congrats.
And yeah, it's been a fun journey. It's funny, I look at my social blade sometimes, and I made my YouTube account in 2006, which is absolutely mind-blowing to me.
Damn, that's just a year after YouTube started.
Yeah, I've had my YouTube channel since 2006, but I didn't start making videos till 2019. So
That's amazing.
That's amazing that you kept the same account.
Yeah.
yeah, it's because I wasn't, like I said, I was not like a YouTube person. I never like used it or utilized it. And then when I went to like upload a video, it was like, oh, you have a YouTube account. I'm like, okay, I guess I do. But even when I was watching it so much, I never like was part of the community. I didn't really follow anybody off. Like, I subscribed to certain YouTube channels, but I wasn't like, I wasn't like active in the comments. I wasn't like following anybody on any other social media platforms. But since I started making ASMR, I've gotten obviously like way more involved in the community.
That's how I
And it's
was too, to be honest with
yeah,
you.
I feel like that's kind of common. Um,
I also was a lurker.
yeah, I'm even still like on Twitch streams and even like my friends' channels, I'll be watching, but like just lurking. I'm not like it's funny, like I'm making YouTube videos that are literally just me like sitting in front of the camera, but I'm not like really the kind of person who likes to be the center of attention at all. I'm definitely like more of a wallflower.
Oh
So,
no, you're gonna be real disappointed when you find out it's all about you.
um, so it's like even like and it's also my head voice that's like nobody cares what you have to say, like just don't comment, you're gonna be embarrassing, even though like I know that's just totally like my negative self-talk, but I just
Yeah.
like just keep to yourself and don't embarrass yourself. And you know but I try to get out of that a lot
I
more.
honestly sometimes embarrass myself on purpose if I feel like it. Usually only with people I know, but yeah, totally. I do that in my videos sometimes.
I'm good at it. I'm
Mm-hmm.
very good at it.
Your brain's like create chaos.
That is exactly what my brain is like. My brain is like, quick, make a joke.
Yeah.
And that's what I do. Also, I look at things and I see like patterns, and I was looking at your videos, right? And I
Hmm.
noticed a thing. I noticed a thing. You did a video meeting death, right?
Yes.
So like you're meeting death. And then the next one was like heartbeats, and like I was like, "Oh my god, it's like death, but then it's like super alive." And
Oh
I
yeah.
thought that was a nice contrast.
I wanted to just do like just like a trigger video because it's funny, like if you watch my live streams or like you interact with me, like I don't enjoy doing just trigger videos with no talking as much as I enjoy making videos with talking. Probably just because I'm a person with like ADD, and it gets like it's hard for me to just sit there and concentrate and like not talk or get distracted for 20 to 30 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Um, but like my videos, a lot of the no talking videos are just super popular in across YouTube in general because people, use them as background noise for studying or whatever. People don't always want talking ASMR because it can be distracting. That's the purpose of it, to
Absolutely.
distract
Just
and relax.
just yesterday I tweeted that I regularly go to ASMR Beats when I'm editing. If I'm having trouble focus on my edits, I put on his music cuz it's calming music but also has ASMR sounds combined with it in the form of
Yeah.
beats. So I
Yep.
use that a lot. Shout
Um,
out to Mateo, ASMR Beats.
I throw in them fluffy mic videos.
yeah,
Fluffy
but
Mike
like
is always good too.
Fluffy Mike is the best, but I try to break it up because I have a lot of people who like the no talking videos, but like that's not my favorite thing to do, so I'm not just going to be a no talking channel. Also because Chris, we were talking yesterday, like I feel like the no talking videos definitely have less personality in them just because you're not talking, you're just sitting there and making noises. And I don't want to just feel like I'm like an ASMR robot. Like I'm not. I'm a real person. I don't just exist to like give you tingles. So, I'm not only going to make videos that have no talking. It's the same. Like I'm always going to make videos that I like to make even if they don't perform as well or whatever, because that's less important to me, because I'm, a person and I'm doing this because I like it, not, you know, because I want it to be popular or something. If
Yeah.
it becomes popular, that's amazing. But, it's important for me to like stay in touch with why I started doing this and why I like to do this.
Exactly. If you do videos for the sake of getting bigger, but it's not the kind of videos you want, you will burn out so fast. And even
Yep.
if you get big, you're not going to enjoy it.
Yeah. Yep, this is very true. I know
That's the
people
name
who
of one of your
just are
sex
nuts.
tapes, isn't it, Chris?
And it is the name of one of my sex tapes. I wasn't even gonna make the joke. I was in serious brain and I was being good.
I was being good too by having your back.
I appreciate you.
You're welcome, sir.
So there, all right. So like going back to the cuddle heartbeat video, I love that video, and here's why: because it's like a hug. All right, and for me, I can only talk about things from the perspective of somebody with a disability,
Mhm.
and armed with the knowledge that people like me, we don't get a lot of hugs and stuff. So like human touch is like super important. I've read studies that like people who are disabled and the elderly are more prone to depression because of lack of like human touch and everything. So things like that can like simulate like a hug or something like that. That's like super important to like the mental health of like people like me. So I love that video.
Yeah, I feel like that like kind of was what I was touching on a little bit. I'm not disabled or elderly, but I was feeling like I just wanted to hug my mom, and I was living so far away from her. I didn't have a ton of friends here. I had like no, sometimes I would I would get out of work on like a Friday night and then not have any human contact again until Monday morning. So I was using ASMR as a substitute or like a supplement to human contact. And I do think that that's so important because intimacy and I don't mean sexual intimacy, but just intimacy between two people and feeling
Yeah.
care and having that physical contact is important to people's mental health, and it does it'll help you produce more serotonin. Like it is genuinely important, and I feel like the more studies that are done on ASMR, and eventually when people are doing MRIs of people's brains when they're listening to ASMR, like I really do think these things are going to be like actual studyable phenomenon.
Yeah. So I was watching the true crime video that you did.
Which one?
The Ed Kemper one.
Oh, yeah. That's my guy. He was born on December 18th, which just so happens to be my birthday, in the same town that I live now. It's crazy.
Dude, that's insane.
That is eerie.
It is weird, right?
That
But
is so weird. But like, how did you get into true crime? How did you? Because
well,
I also am a fan of the true crimes. Not a fan of crime, but like,
that's what I always worry when I'm making these videos, that like just because, and I did one on Ted Kaczynski, who's the Unabomber, and like I always, and I also did one on Chris Dorner, who it's kind of topical at the moment because he killed a bunch of LAPD officers, but like I always want to give the disclaimer that just because I'm talking about the facts or the person, I'm not glorifying it. I'm not like trying to encourage people to commit crimes or anything like that, but I've always been a weirdo, literally always, like just always been a weirdo. I swear to God, every Halloween until I was like 13 years old, I was Wednesday Addams. Like I've just always been into like weird stuff. I grew up on like horror movies and like Tarantino and Scorsese, just because my parents, like, that's the kind of stuff that they're into. So also having access to the internet at such a young age, I was like seeing things on like rotten.com and all
oh,
of the
I remember Rotten.
horrible websites that like no one should ever visit. But I've been exposed to it like pretty much my whole life, and I guess it's just always especially the psychological aspect behind it. For a while I wanted to become a psychiatrist or psychologist and study like criminals. But it's always been very interesting to me to see these people who a lot of the time have like a pretty normal upbringing, become like these horrible monsters. And it's just interesting to me to see how different people, and a lot of them also didn't have a great childhood or did have some sort of trauma. So it's just very
Ed
interesting.
Kemper's mom was a dick.
Yeah, she definitely was. But it's just interesting to see the different ways in which these people's brains decide to process and respond to the trauma that they may or may not have endured. So it's just, I've listened to like tons of crime podcasts and watched like all the Netflix documentaries that are up, and I think it's just like just a morbid fascination. Like, how did you get to that point? Like, I want to understand it. That's why I'm so fascinated by it. It's just hard to wrap my head around, and so that's why you just want, maybe if I just listen to one more story, like something will click and I'll get it. But I like doing the true crime videos.
Do you have any? What's the next case that you plan on?
I honestly don't know. I have a few books on serial killers. Sorry, my dogs might start barking.
That's fine.
I'm all in favor of dog barks. I actually had a coworker who brought in a dog to work, and he was barking at everybody, and he was like, "No, stop it! No one wants to hear dog barks." And I'm like, "I want to hear dog barks," and he's like, "Ignore Keith."
Okay, no one besides Keith wants to hear dog barking. But that's like I don't know who my next case is going to be. I always want to try to keep it like somewhat, it's a delicate line mixing ASMR and true crime, because ASMR is supposed to be relaxing. Talking about murdering is not really relaxing. But I'm not sure who I'm going to do next. Do you have any suggestions?
I do.
Okay, let's hear it.
I do. There's the Brianna Maitland case, which is unsolved. There's the Maura Murray case, also unsolved. Those are like New England cases. There's Hillside Strangler. There's all sorts of different cases.
The Hillside Strangler would be a really fun one for me because it's Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And then I could like do all this research and then go to like the sites where the bodies were found, and
Can I help with the research?
Yes, of course. We should, Hillside Strangler. That's gonna be the next one.
Oh my God, me and Rachel are gonna do the thing. It's gonna be awesome.
Hell yeah.
Freaking investigations right here, vegan and cripple. Doing it.
I've been trying, I've been trying to be sensitive because there's a lot of violence in the media and happening in real life to people right now. So I was trying to do one a month, but I put it off a little bit longer just because of the current climate. But it's also like a way for people to relax and unwind. So it's again a fine line.
Yeah. Well, I mean, people that I fall asleep listening to channels that talk about true crime, so I'm weird.
Dude, Chris once watched me play Five Nights at Freddy's, and his explanation as to why he wasn't scared at all is because he's a fan of true crime.
Yeah, he Keith is like freaking out, and I'm sitting here like motionless. Like I'm like, this is not even scary. What are you talking about?
It's okay. In my defense, Five Nights at Freddy's is far scarier when you're playing it than it is when you're watching somebody play it.
Yeah.
I've played it. It's not scary.
All right, tough guy.
But I'm also a cripple with like a billion different health issues.
This is true.
So like I have like things that are like genuinely trying to kill me. I'm not scared of a video game.
I've never been like the type of person to get scared at like haunted houses or anything, and I don't know why.
Yeah, those don't scare me because half the time it's people I know who are in the costumes and like they're like, "Rah!" I'm like, "Oh, hey, Andrew."
Yeah. Yeah, like I'm not jumpy scared. I get scared mentally. I scare myself with just my horrible like overthinking, but I'm not
Mm.
a jumpy person.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same.
Yeah. But it is
I'm a
fun. It is
very jumpy person.
scared.
I take
I
it.
love
I
I'm
get that
scared.
from my dad. My dad is the biggest jumpy person ever. Like, like if he's looking the other way and you say if you utter any sound, he will jump, turn around. It was like you're gonna give me a heart attack, and that whole thing.
I would have so much fun with that. I love scaring people. I think it just cracks me up.
I've
Yeah,
never jumped in my life.
That's
that's yeah, that's true.
It's 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 a fact. I've never jumped in my life.
but
Yeah,
you have twerk.
you have
But I
twerked.
have twerked.
Yes.
Do we have a clip? Bam! Look at that. You see the way them wheels bounce, girl? You gotta get all up in there like that. Like bam, bam, bam. Look at the way them wheels bounce. Bam. Right there. And that's what it is. Right there.
Here we go. That was
Now,
so
man,
fire.
that was so good, right?
That was the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Seriously, wheelchair twerking needs to fucking go viral.
I'm looking at your thumbnails. Cause like I was like, oh, and then you did the comforting girlfriend FaceTime role play. All right, so like I am like fully aware that you're like super married, and like I respect that, and like your husband is like super cool. So like I didn't even click on that one.
You're like, I'm not even gonna let my brain go there.
Yeah, like I couldn't. But the thumbnail is extra thirst trappy, and I do appreciate. But like I
Hashtag pose, I think is what it's called.
Hashtag what?
The pose. It's where you can see the feet in the thumbnail. That's what the
Uh,
thirsty. That's what the thirsty YouTubers like.
You know what though? You're right though, because I do notice a lot of girls that like they'll put like their feet in like the weirdest angle in like
Yeah.
the thumbnail, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Yes. It's
you
just
know,
you gotta cater to the simps. You
AS,
know.
ASMR Darling has a genius way to deal with trolls that ask for feet pics in her streams. She um she has a weird, a random pic of feet that isn't exactly sexy in any way. And she just has Streamlabs or Stream Elements or whatever she's streaming from, and somebody asks for it. She clicks to have it appear on the screen and just holds her hand under it on the screen like it's on display.
Let me have a little bit of water. I'm starting to get a little wet. Oh my god, you guys are never gonna let me live that down. I'm starting to get a little warm and I'm starting to sweat. I'm like actually sweating. Let me have some.
Okay, we ready? We going back in?
That's what
Yes.
she
All right.
I'm keeping that.
And we're back. Oh my god, guys, that was so amazing. The thing that we just cut from, that was great. Did you see that? That was amazing. Rachel, why are you so dope at ASMR? Like what? Like, cause there are people that are good at ASMR, and then there are people that are great at ASMR. You're one of the people that are just you're great at this. So like, what's your process?
My process. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm flattered that you think that I'm great at ASMR. I feel like a lot of the time I just wing it. I have like a super honestly like I don't pre-film my videos really. Usually like I'll record, edit and
Aren't
post.
all videos pre-filmed though?
Well, I mean like I don't have like a week's worth of videos or like backlog videos that like I usually just record, edit and post on the same day. And sometimes like I'll record and then like stream after I record and then edit and post the next day, but I
That's what I usually do.
I don't like I usually am just like, okay, I really want to post a video today. I have no idea what I'm gonna do. I get like my lights and my stuff set up, and I'm like, I still have no idea what I'm gonna do. I look around and I'm like, okay, fuzzy mic, like I think I can figure something out with that, and then I just start recording and wing it. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I think honestly, I think my most redeeming ASMR um quality is that like I just have a very like I'm good at whispering. I can like whisper and it's not like doesn't sound forced or anything like that. Some ASMR artists are better at soft speaking and some are better at whispering, and I'm definitely better at whispering. And also the ping pong paddle. That's my secret weapon. That's my secret ASMR weapon.
Yep.
German trigger words. What made you come up with that idea? That's great.
I did a German video. Well, I have this German dictionary, but I took German in high school, and I just figured, why not? A lot of German words are like kind of ASMR already. Because they have like a lot of hard K sounds, hard T sounds, like k, ch sounds. So I just flipped through the dictionary and found some words that I thought would be tingly, and just fumbled my way through that one. I hope no actual German person or like native German speaker listens to that because they will probably be cringing.
You hear that,
But
Zeitgeist? Please watch her video.
please don't. God, not that one. Of all of my videos, that would be the most humiliating.
You know, I feel you because I would absolutely love to do one with Spanish trigger words, and I feel like Carol Sleepy Kitty would
Right?
rip me a new one, and she knows me as well as my IRL friends do, so it's not like she's gonna miss that shit.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny though, even like if I knew that any even like to hear any ASMR artist, big or small, watches my videos, I immediately get super self-conscious about them. Do you ever have that?
Um,
Uh,
not
mm,
not so much, but there there was a time where I had another YouTube channel that wasn't ASMR before I even knew what ASMR was. FamKam Gaming. It was a Let's Play channel. That was just me dicking around doing Let's Plays a la Game Grumps, Markiplier, shit like that. Doing it my own way, but not taking it seriously at all. Just having fun, showing it to my friends, not really promoting it at all. But then a couple years later, I started doing ASMR, and I took that a little bit more seriously. And by then, I was much more comfortable because A, I got the gist of how YouTube works, and B, I've done video work for a very like over 2 decades now, starting with claymation back in '99.
That's
So
awesome.
so yeah, thank you. So I've been in the I've been doing film projects for so long. So I have absolutely zero discomfort in doing it, and I have no discomfort in front of a camera whatsoever.
That's so I aspire to be there one day.
You'll
But
get
like
there
if
sooner
any
sooner than you think.
if any
I
of
think the key is um, just not thinking too much about how well you'll do and just enjoy it. It's like playing a game. When you a lot of people will think about how well they'll do when playing a game, and then they'll, especially in sports, they'll screw up versus when you're having fun. You tend to do better. That's like what they said in the movie. What was it, Sandlot? Um, he said to him, "You're thinking too much. You gotta stop thinking. Just have fun." And then once he gave that advice, he hit the ball and he caught in the air without even trying.
yeah, that happens to me when I'm playing Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, gotta get all the boxes, and then I will fall off a cliff or something.
Mm-hmm.
that Gotta get all the boxes.
I-
Is the name of my
Because
second
you
channel.
have to get all the.
I don't even worry about the boxes, to be honest with you. I just try to beat the level, and that's that.
I am a big fan of the boxes. And also Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot's so fun.
I'm not like a huge gamer. I used to play WoW and this other MMORPG when I was in high school called Flyth or Fly FF,
Hmm.
and it was fun. And then I didn't have a computer for a super long time, so I stopped like online gaming. But now I just watch other people play video games.
What are some of your favorite games to watch?
I really like all like Bloodborne is great, Elder Scrolls, honestly any game besides Minecraft because I'm like a full grown adult. No offense to anyone.
I play
to my
Minecraft.
um
Not very often though.
but like
I only
I'm
play creative mode, to be honest.
Minecraft as an adult. But pretty much anything that the ASMR nerd posts or streams, I like watching. But I can
Shout
watch
out to Nick.
literally anything.
Yeah.
Nick is a king among men. Love him.
He really is. There's a handful of ASMR artists that inspire me to become an ASMR artist, and Nick is one of them.
I just talked to Jenia tonight.
AKA Melanati, formerly Watermelon Girl.
Yeah. I just talked to her. She called me today. She's sweet human, that girl.
She's very
Yeah.
sweet. We've only acted in like on Twitch, but she seems like a very, very nice person.
She's incredible.
Yeah. She wore our merch. She wore our merch at TwitchCon.
That's right.
Yeah.
No TwitchCon this year.
No. Next year though. Next year I'm full on planning on going.
Yeah.
It's a bummer because I like wasn't really in the Twitch community before this year, even before like the spring of this year. So I was like, TwitchCon's in San Diego, which is only 2 hours or so from me. I was so excited
Yeah.
because obviously I'm gonna go and like see all my friends, and then womp womp.
Mm-hmm. But what can you do?
Better
We'll
safe
get
than
it next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be super duper dope. It's gonna be so freaking fire. So, what are some of your like future plans for the channel? I want to know, like, cause oh my god, you're so good. Like honestly, I interviewed Miss Rachel Jordan. I need you to understand something too. Okay. I've been doing this for what, Keith? What, 4 years, 5 years, almost 5 years?
Might have been, I think it's 4 years this year.
Yeah, 4 years, right? I've interviewed the best of the best. I've interviewed the GBs, the Frivies, the absolute top tier talent in this community.
Top tier talent. That's a good trigger.
That's top tier talent in Untitled Intelligible Whispers.
Tier talent. Top tier
Top tier talent. Top tier talent.
But what I'm saying is,
Rachel, we need a collab.
yes, do it. But I've interviewed like the top, the best of the best, and as soon as I saw you, and I saw you, I believe I saw you on Twitch first. As soon as I saw you, and I just saw the way you interacted with people, the way you actually like gave a fuck, the way you like did triggers, like everything about you was like that vibe that I got from when I like interviewed them. So
That's-
I honestly think that you're on your way to being one of the elite.
That's like insanely kind. Honestly,
Don't take that lightly because he said that about Maya and she fucking blew up too. Chris is a good judge with that.
Well, thank you, and I'm very flattered. I honestly am surprised even like when I first made my channel, I was just like, I hope some people find this, and I was like, I hope I get 100 subscribers. That was like, I just hope that I have like a small group of people who enjoy my content, and like, you know, they can help me help them. And so now I'm like coming up on 8,000 subs, and I've almost doubled my subscriber count in the past month and a half.
You're on the
That's
road to 10K.
impressive.
Which is like, it's very surreal to me. But all that I want is for, like, I really really value the input of my community, and that's why, like, on Twitch it's so, like, I'm so interactive with, you know, the people who are in chat, because I'm not doing this for me, you know, I'm doing it for you guys, for the people who are watching. So I want to know what triggers you want to see. I want to, you know, if you have a question and you need, you know, you want advice, I want to help you. So it's really important to me to have the input of my community so that I can put out videos that not only videos that I enjoy, but that, you know, people want to see. So I honestly just hope that, you know, people continue caring about my channel enough to give me input and help guide the channel so that it can be something, you know, a creative outlet for me, but a creative outlet that's going to help other people as well. And it's just so, like, it's just, mental health is something that so many people take for granted, and it's just such like a, you know, it's still so taboo, even though it's getting more and more widely accepted that a lot of people struggle with mental health in general across the board, whether it's depression, anxiety, like personality disorders, etc., etc. um and I just want this to be another coping method that people who are struggling can use to feel less alone, or to feel like they can go on another day, or that they can fall asleep without worrying about, you know, any of the things that don't matter right now, that you can deal with tomorrow or next week or whatever. So really, I just hope that, you know, I can use my channel to reach a large amount of people to help, you know, to help them, because that's what ASMR has been for me. It's been like, you know, a blessing for my mental health.
Yeah.
So
That's why you're the dopest right there. So the crow.
I'm
Was it,
literally wearing the crow shirt right now. I'm wearing a shirt with Brandon Lee's face on it right now.
what do you love about the crow?
What I love about the crow, well,
Yeah.
I don't love that Brandon Lee died during the filming.
Yeah, that's not a fan of that.
So yeah, let's just go ahead and start there. I don't want to. Is it like, you know? It's been like over 20 years since the movie came out. Like, is it still spoilers if I talk about the ending?
I've never
Yeah.
seen it.
Oh my God, Keith, hang up right now and start watching it. But
You get
seriously,
used to that, Rachel. There's so many movies that everyone's seen that have not to the point where it's become a meme. In fact, there's a text channel on my Discord all about films that I need to see. It's called Films Keith Needs to See.
that's so funny.
Carol has her own long list of movies that she wants me to see, and I've seen a couple of them so far.
I love watching movies. I'm just like a huge movie buff in general, but The Crow is probably like my favorite movie. And it's a comic book movie. But not in like a corny way. You know, it's not like a cheesy comic book movie. It's just grungy and dark, and it's a love story, and it's incredibly sad. And it has like the hunkiest actor of all time playing the main character, and he's in like makeup the whole time, just like a perfect human being. So I'm not going to spoil it, because I hope that one day Keith will watch it and maybe the rest of you will consider watching it.
Um,
But it will probably make me cry.
I have an unpopular opinion.
Okay, go ahead.
I like the second one more.
Oh my, no, you're wrong. I'm hanging up. Interview. That's just wrong.
I have no
That's
opinion on that matter.
not an unpopular opinion. That's just a wrong opinion. Like
Vincent Perez was really good.
with his goofy accent, no,
Yes,
absolutely not. Wrong.
yes,
That's
the accent was like it was like
no, wrong. Sorry. Who
he
you
was
next? You're gonna say Edward Furlong played a good crow? Like, come on.
no, he didn't play a good crow. He played a terrible crow. And then the other guy that was the crow was also awful.
Yeah. So the
This is
second
all
one,
foreign to me.
guys, don't waste your time. City of Angels. You don't need to watch it. Just watch the first one. Don't.
No, the second one is good.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna watch
Okay.
the first one, and if I like it, I'm gonna watch the second one. And if I don't like it, then well, I tried.
All right. You will like the first one, I think.
You'll like the second one more.
Oh my god. All right. We'll see.
Anywho, we have
You
some
know why I
fan
like the
questions.
second one more? You know why I
Chris,
like
we
the
have some
second one
fan
more?
questions.
Hold on, let me get to this.
All right, fine, go for it.
I'll tell you why I like the second one more, okay? Because one of my favorite movies ever is Not Another Teen Movie, okay?
One of mine also.
You guys, that's one of the fan questions.
Is it?
Yes. All right. So, welcome to our segment called You Asked, where you ask us anything you want, literally anything at all. And the first question is from Kata ASMR.
I wanted to finish this point. It's very important. It's very important.
But it's answering her question.
But no, hold on. Wait, because it ties into The Crow. So, one of my favorite movies is Not Another Teen Movie. The girl who played the sister in that movie,
I know she's in it.
she was in The Crow too.
Sarah, even though she's not Sarah.
Yeah, even though she's not.
She's not Sarah.
Is she not though? But
No, she's not. She doesn't. She plays a terrible Sarah. Like that's. It's just a silly movie.
but the death is sad. I love that movie. I'm sorry. But
It's okay. You should apologize, and I accept your apology. But
all right. Do we have a graphic for our segment?
Yes, we do. Boom. Look
Ah.
at that schmexy little graphic there. Yeah,
Yeah, that's some hotness right there.
it is.
like-
It's so
I like
fire.
I like the fire sexiness of it.
Yeah.
all right. So this segment is called "You Asked."
Yes, it is. You asked. And we have some fan questions. The first question is from Miss Kata ASMR, and she asks, what movie can you watch over and over without getting tired of? What movie do you watch when you need comfort?
Okay, I'm gonna answer the comfort first. My comfort movie is definitely the live action Scooby-Doo movie, the first one, Scooby-Doo on Spooky Island. I can watch that movie. I have watched that movie literally hundreds of times, and I don't know what it is. There's just something about it that is so comforting to me, and that is like that's my feel-good movie. Like if I want to be happy, if I want to like not be thinking about anything, I put on the Scooby-Doo live action movie and I just feel at peace. And
You know, James Gunn wrote that movie.
I did know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just such a great movie. All-star cast, like great story. You know, the good guys win in the end. No spoilers, but you know, it's Scooby-Doo. So if you have not seen it, I highly recommend it. It is.
I also like the second Scooby Doo more.
Can you just stop?
I also haven't seen either.
Is the second Scooby-Doo is better than the second Crow for sure. It's not. I still like the first one more, but I do like the second Scooby-Doo as well.
You know why I like the second Scooby Doo?
Because when Velma wears latex.
Yes! Ah! She knows. Velma got hot as hell in the second one.
Jinkies.
I agree.
And I was like, good Lord.
And as far as my favorite, I mean, there's so many movies that I can watch over and over and not get tired of. The Lord of the Rings, The Hobbits, also. Definitely not as good or even comparable to The Lord of the Rings, but still like very fun movies that I can just watch over and over. Maybe it's just because I want to be in Middle Earth and I can be in Middle Earth when I'm watching The Hobbit. What else? Like The Crow, Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit movies. I love Almost Famous,
That's a good movie
Addams
too.
Family,
I haven't seen
Beetlejuice.
that one either.
You haven't seen The Addams Family?
No, I've seen The Addams Family. I haven't seen Almost Famous.
Almost Famous is amazing. I think you would like it as well. Um, Almost Famous was the movie that the first time that I watched it, I decided that I wanted to be a music journalist, and I almost did become a music journalist.
Would you
I
say you almost became a famous music journalist?
I was almost famous. Yes, I would say that. No, I'm
Nice.
You guys, I have a confession now that we're talking about movies.
go ahead.
Rachel's gonna. I'm a little scared of Rachel because she's kind of like the Elvira of ASMR.
So she's punk rock Heather Feather and Elvira in one. That's pretty fucking epic.
I'm multidimensional.
Yeah.
She's the Elvira of ASMR. Oh my god, can you do like an Elvira roleplay? That would be so freaking dope.
Somebody,
Oh, that would be so cool.
so yeah, I could. I should.
Yes. Oh my god.
But
that'd
you're
be-
not the first one who's asked, so I guess that's an indication that it's something I should actually do.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
I also want to get into vegan snacks with both of you guys, so I can be learned some things.
Sure.
But I have a confession first. With now that we're on the topic of movies.
I got another confession, my friend.
Oh, you bring up Foo Fighters. That's just,
I knew you would like that one, Keith.
yeah.
That every time somebody mentions the Foo Fighters, Keith Dick goes a little bit hard.
You're not wrong.
It's true. Like
Chris
watch
had a
this.
little
Dave-
confession to make on my behalf, and that was it.
No. Okay, so I've never seen The Lord of the Rings.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
damn. Even I have.
Yeah, what the heck? if you know that it's bad, if Keith has seen something that you haven't.
Whatever.
I've seen like 30 minutes of The Lord of the Rings, and that's it.
And you turned it
It was like 30 minutes of it, like it was like on TV, and I fell asleep. Like I was.
You know, I actually did too. The Lord of the Rings movies are super fucking relaxing, man.
Oh my god, guys.
What?
They deserve your undivided attention.
Well, technically, they got my undivided attention. My full focus was on Lord of the Rings, and when I fell asleep, I dreamed I was in Lord of the Rings. So there.
All right, that's a good dream.
At least I think.
Chris,
I
what
was
is-
just stoned.
here's your excuse. We'll rent them for you on Amazon right now. Like, let's just hang up the phone. Like, this is so much more important. Just go watch Liv Tyler in Lord of the Rings, and then you're welcome.
Liv Tyler was kind of ruined for me in Armageddon.
No, she can never be ruined. She's literally a perfect being. That's
She
my
was, ru-
talking about.
she was ruined for me in Armageddon because of the animal crackers. Animal crackers were also ruined for me.
You know, my sister once asked, long before I became vegetarian, let alone vegan, she asked the internet in general, do vegetarians eat animal crackers? And I still don't have an answer because I'm gluten free and I never had good gluten free animal crackers, so I still can't answer it.
Yeah, I don't know if that exists. I don't know if good gluten-free animal crackers exist.
You
But
know what I just noticed?
What?
You both have vegan in your Twitter bios.
Yes, we do.
That is the most vegan shit ever.
Is it?
Yes.
Well, I got I've one up Rachel unintentionally by putting the V in mine.
the circle V. I feel like not enough people know I have the shortcut on my phone. Like if I type in my phone parentheses V parentheses, then it comes up with the little V. But I feel like not enough people. I want people to really know that I'm vegan. I don't want them to think like, oh, maybe she's vegetarian, or like, what's that V mean? No, I'm freaking vegan, man.
Yeah, I put both the word and the logo.
Ah, yeah, you
I,
have one.
I didn't even know there was a logo.
Oh
See?
yeah, that's like the official. There's C for copyright and V for vegan.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one is from Justin Robinson, aka J Rob the Human, who, by the way, is an ASMR streamer. You should check him out.
He's freaking awesome.
He
He does
is.
like live looping ASMR where he uses like a mixer to loop sounds that he's inputting live. It's freaking awesome, guys. You guys need to check it out.
Yeah,
He's
and
great.
apparently he's only like an hour and a half from me.
Yeah, he lives in the Bay Area, the
Yeah.
greater Bay.
He's in the South Bay. I'm in the North Bay.
There's nothing great about the Bay Area. What are you talking about?
Until
Have
you've
you-
seen it, bro.
Yeah, I would move there in a heartbeat.
I have to say that as a Dodgers fan.
Hey man, I'm a Giants fan and I love LA.
Okay.
LA.
I love LA. Dun, 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 dun.
Except for the traffic. Fuck traffic.
Yeah.
That guy who wrote that
but we
song,
have that
he
here in the
also
Bay
wrote a
too.
song about short people.
Really?
It is very, very derogatory towards short people.
Wow. Damn. Anyway, Justin's question is favorite hiking destination.
Oh boy.
I don't
This
know. My legs don't work.
is whatever.
I'm an
Well,
avid hiker.
one of my favorite hiking destinations has a like it's wheelchair accessible.
Hell yeah.
It seems like in the parks in California, like Yosemite and Sequoia, they do have quite a few wheelchair accessible like hiking trails where they're like very well maintained and not super steep. So like, because if you want to see the freaking General Sherman tree, you should be able to. You should not be barred from seeing like the beauties of nature in this country because you are in a wheelchair. Like that's BS. So,
I
but
agree.
Yeah,
it
exactly.
seems like is doing a lot better when it comes to that. I love the hike. I love just being in Sequoia or Yosemite, literally anywhere.
Yosemite's my
like
favorite place in the world.
it's incredible. I also hiked this. Well, I was very, very sick in February when I was on vacation in Seattle, but we also went to Vancouver and we found this little like hike next to a river in Vancouver with like a ton of waterfalls. And I was like in a feverish haze, so I don't really remember it that much, but the pictures looked like I had a lot of fun. So I'm gonna add that to my list, but I have no idea where it was. It's just like, but everywhere in Vancouver like looks like a fairy tale, like everywhere in the forest in Vancouver near the water.
Nice.
But
We
where,
should do some. We should do some Canadian true crime because some Canadians be wildin'.
yeah, because it's a freaking like there's no rules in like the Canadian outback.
Yeah, there's a lot of Canadian true crime that's like, wow.
You know, the
There's
funny
some-
thing is, Nick, the ASMR nerd, has a theory as to why people are very polite in Canada, and that is when a Canadian is born, there is a goose that sucks all the hate and angst out of every Canadian baby, and that's why they're so polite.
He
It's
just,
like the one ring of Canada. It's like, but every goose is the ring where they're just pouring all of their hate and their malice into the geese. And that's why they're so angry and mean. But the Canadians are so nice.
I
Yeah.
wish I got this reference, but I've never seen Lord of the Rings.
God, we're moving past that so that I can continue the interview in good conscience.
Tori's Tiger Tales, aka Tails Tori, aka Tiger's Tail ASMR, aka Tori Shima Eve, aka Tori She asks, what's your first tattoo? Or if you don't have one, then what would you get as your first tattoo?
That was so great in your first take, and it was amazing.
My very first take ever.
One shot.
Nailed it.
My first, I have many tattoos. I have like a full sleeve on my left arm. I have a handful on my legs, and I have one on my ribs. I have one on the inside of my lip.
Really?
I do, and it says sassy.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know you could do that.
You can, and I did.
How
And
about
it's
that?
But my first tattoo was an owl on my left shoulder blade. I got it because my nanny, who passed away when I was 8, her and I were very, very close. And she was like my primary caregiver because my mom worked nights and my dad worked a lot. So she loved owls. She had like a whole collection of owl figurines. And when I was 16, don't get tattooed when you're underage, kids. Because even though I love this tattoo, I wish that I would have waited and gotten it done professionally and in a shop by a reputable artist. It's a good tattoo, but it could have been better. Anyway, so I have a tattoo of an owl on my left shoulder blade. And I'm planning on starting my right arm sleeve sometime in the near future, when I can commit like a couple $1,000s to getting tattoos. But it's going to be, I think I'm going to do crows on my right arm. So, but I have lots of tattoos. I even have a tattoo tracing video of tattoos on my left arm on my YouTube.
That is
Nice.
amazing.
I don't have any tattoos.
I don't have any tattoos, but I want to get this tattooed. I'm gonna post this in general, and then I'm gonna delete it, and you can't show this on air.
And where do you want to get that?
I think I know where he wants to get
Somewhere.
it.
I'm gonna get it like maybe like on like my stomach, and then like an arrow pointing
That's
down.
exactly where I thought you were gonna say.
That's actually the name of my sex tape.
That's amazing. And you guys at home don't get to know about it, and that's fine.
You don't want to know, honestly.
I wanted to know, and I now do know.
Yeah. So that's the tattoo that I want. Or I would
It's
get a simple.
it's somebody blowing somebody in a wheelchair and says blowjob accessible.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I can always cut that.
Fucking leave it in. I don't care.
That's the name of my sex tape.
Leave it in. I don't care. As long as you just don't show the image, we're fine.
Yeah, but people could just Google it and find it.
But the first time I ever saw that, I was like, "Oh my god, I need that tattooed." That's
Yeah.
But seriously though, I would get. I don't have any tattoos. Because I have trouble healing. But if I did, I would probably genuinely, like, seriously, that was my joke answer, but like, I would get something to commemorate my auntie who raised me, who passed away.
Yeah, it's nice to have like commemorative tattoos for people that you were really close to, because it's literally like a visible reminder of them every single day.
Yeah. If I were to get a tattoo to commemorate my late grandpa Larry, he taught me many great things, but one of the things he taught me was chess. And I would get a knight, that little horse looking to the side, where I have no idea, but I would get that, And the reason why I picked knight is because the way he taught me how a knight moves. For those who don't play chess, the way the knight moves is it moves two spaces and then one to the side. He called it 1-2 boom. That was his explanation as to how knights move. 1-2 boom. And that stuck with me for many years. So whenever I teach people how to play chess and I tell people how the knight moves, I use that terminology.
1-2 boom.
Mm-hmm.
Rachel, you're kind of the dopest. Oh my god. And thank you for even coming on the show and hanging out with us and freaking just why are you so cool? And I can't wait to do more stuff with you because I
That's
want
it.
to help. I want to help with the true crime stuff, man.
Yeah, we definitely will. I mean, I think the Hillside Killer would be a very fun place to start. And I'm very grateful that you wanted to have me on your show. I'm glad that Keith wanted to help interview
Yeah.
so that
Yeah, you're kind of awesome.
we could team up,
Kinda.
kidnap you, vegan,
Ah,
triple.
I had vegan questions.
You had vegan questions. Fire away.
Favorite vegan snack, both of you guys.
Oh my god, everything, ice cream, probably soft serve ice cream. There's a store near my house called Magpie Soft Serve, and when I was first discovering ASMR, living in my pit of despair in my studio, I literally would eat soft serve for dinner like most nights. And that is like my favorite food, but they have like amazing flavors. They have like usually 6 rotating vegan flavors. But they have one that always stays, and it's called corn almond. It's an almond milk base, but it tastes like cereal milk. Like it tastes like the cereal or the milk that's left after you eat like Captain Crunch or something.
Oh, that
So
sounds good.
freaking awesome. Because at first I was like, corn almond, what the heck? That's disgusting. Like who would punish themselves by eating that?
I would.
But it tastes like cereal. It's my favorite.
Hell yeah. For me, it's veggie burgers, particularly Beyond Meat. I absolutely see. As much as I hate to admit it, as a kid, I loved frying burgers in the kitchen. But now, as a vegan, I can still do that thanks to Beyond Beef. I can mold the patty. I can grill it on the pan, and make a burger out of it. And it's meatless, but it still feels authentic, and no animals were harmed in the process. So it's fucking awesome.
Does
Are
it?
you like, do you like impossible meat or do you not do impossible?
I do actually. My roommate Chad is the biggest fan fuck, what was it called? Cheesecake Factory. I actually talked about this in my episode of TDNS when Chris interviewed me a year ago. Um, at the time, he didn't live around where I live, so whenever he visited, we would always go to the Cheesecake Factory, and I would get an Impossible Burger. Um, so there you go. But I
They sell
what?
impossible meat stores now, like in the same kind of packages that they do Beyond, and it's even better than Beyond Meat, I think.
Yeah.
And
I,
so
I,
if
I would have to agree with that. I've never got my hands on Impossible Meat in packages. That's the name of my sex tape. But um
I have a comment about this impossible meat. I tried the impossible Whopper and it was really good. And I have a comment to Keith. Hey Keith.
yes.
When you're eating your impossible burger, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you bite it, and you said you make your patties and you fry them up, and you got when you bite into it,
Where is this going?
Do you get that meaty feel in your mouth?
Yes,
Do you
technically
get that,
yes,
Keith? Do you get that though?
yes.
And how is that for you?
Delicious.
It's interesting. It's so funny because Carol's a vegetarian and she is not a fan of um she is not a fan of meat substitutes because it feels like eating meat. It is tough for some vegetarians and
So
vegans
it feels like meat.
to separate them. I to separate them, and I can respect that. But for me, as long as I can as long as I can at an emotional level acknowledge the fact that it isn't actually meat, I'm fine with it. It's
When
a,
you handle it,
yes,
d-
It feels like meat. It tastes like meat in your mouth.
yes.
It's not.
Rachel hit that right out of the park.
she knew where I was going, and she was like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna go."
That's not what I mean right now. I'm eating crackers. Not animal
Uh,
crackers, herb crackers. Mary's Gone Crackers. A very, very hashtag not sponsored. A really good kind of gluten free and vegan cracker. I'm addicted to that
Um,
shit.
I also love Ben and Jerry's vegan ice cream.
Ooh,
I freaking love ice cream.
You
yeah.
noticed?
Nanamu is my favorite vegan ice
I like
cream.
I love the purple spicy sweet chili Doritos. Those are vegan.
Ooh, yes. Oh God, I remember Stephen Colbert was sponsored by that back in the Colbert Report days, and he brought it up like every fucking 10, 15 seconds.
Yep. Yep, those are delicious. I'm like a huge Taco Bell fan.
Yeah.
Like any junk food. I love vegan donuts. There are a lot of vegan donuts near me. I actually did some tapping on a vegan donut in Keith's vegan slash vegetarian collab that
That's
he
correct.
created.
We'll put a link to that in the description below. It was a really fun collab to do. I think that's actually how you and I came across. I tweeted that I was going to do a vegetarian vegan collab and you responded and we've been buds since.
Yep. The
Yeah.
veganism brings us together.
Hell yeah.
Keith said you was good people, so I was like, "Oh, let me go check her out."
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm. He said you was nice, so I was like, "Okay, cool. I'm gonna go check her out."
I try.
Mm.
No, try not.
Yeah.
Do or do not. There is no try.
Yeah. So
So,
that was it. We're out of time.
oh shit, we are.
That was it. Yeah.
Were you keeping your eye on the time?
I actually
I
was. I just didn't give a fuck. Kind of like I do every time.
You're
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm well aware. I
Yeah.
just didn't.
I'm well aware, like Delaware. That was terrible.
we that was so bad. That was really just wow.
Wow.
Wow. Uh,
Wow.
guys. Uh, l- wait. Hold on, Rachel. You'll come back sometime, right? Because you're amazing, and we want to have you on the show as much as possible.
Yes.
And I want to
I'm
come. I want you to come in and do true crime videos with us. I think that'd be
so-
so dope.
That would be so dope. And I know almost nothing about true crime. All I know about true crime is the fucking theme song from Unsolved Mysteries because my roommate is a big fan of that show. And I hear that theme song from the other room over
switch it.
and over and over again.
We'll switch it up. Keith will be the guest, and then me and Rachel will tell Keith about true crime,
Yes.
Oh shit.
and we'll just scare the shit out of Keith.
Oh, good luck with that.
have
I'm
to
not-
get a reaction.
I don't
cam
get
on-
scared by non-video games.
Yeah, until we get Chad in on it, and he's like behind you, like grabbing, like he'll like move your chair or like make a loud noise.
Oh
You'll see.
God.
You don't even know, bro. You're so in for it.
Oh,
But you'll come back and see us again, right?
I absolutely will.
Guys, Rachel Jordan, give it up. So here's what I need you to do right now. Here's what I need you to do. I need you to go to the Twitch right now and go and click on the link right there and fucking follow her on the Twitch. And then go into the tweeting machine, right? And you're like, you're on the tweeting machine. I'm like, I'm on the tweeting machine. I'm tweeting things. Follow her there too because she's amazing. And then go to the Instagram. Sometimes she's feeling away, and then she'll post a thirst trap, and then you'll be like, wow. And I'll be like, yeah, I know. But then you'll see like the giant ring on her finger, and you'll be like, shit. But then it's like fine because you still get to see the photo. So it's whatever. But
For some
do
people,
that.
the ring is a thirst trap if they're thieves and they're jewel thieves.
This is true.
Please
Uh,
don't.
But yeah, make sure you follow her on Instagram. Follow her on where else are we
YouTube.
saying? On YouTube, definitely.
Yeah, how
On
can you
YouTube.
fucking forget YouTube? We're on YouTube right now.
Shut up.
Inside of
No.
YouTube.
I forgot YouTube. What the fuck?
Good job, Chris. I'm not cutting that shit, by the way. I'm keeping it in, and there's nothing you can do about it.
That's fine. I don't care. I can't believe I forgot YouTube. The fucking platform we're on.
By the way, everybody listen to this. If you made it this far, write in the comments hashtag Chris forgot YouTube. Go.
No,
Hit the-
trust.
Too hard.
We're
during a
making
break.
we're making it a meme.
YouTube forgot me though, so it's fair.
All right.
But yeah, guys, go give her all of the follows and all of the subscriptions,
Including
Uh,
YouTube.
including YouTube. Fuck Yuki. Including YouTube, because she's genuinely one of the kindest, sweetest people in the world. If you ever been to one of her streams, she goes out of her way to make sure that everybody feels loved and welcomed, and she's just really one of the most kindest spirits in the community, and we are so very blessed to have her. So thank you again for coming on, guys. Rachel Jordan, as always, you know, it's FamKam, the greatest editor in the history of editing, period, bar
Aw.
none, and like my brother from another mother. So there's that. And go subscribe to FamKam right now. But with that in mind, I am your host, ChristopherNotWalken. And if you're new here, hi, my name's ChristopherNotWalken. I interview ASM artists. It's what I do. It's my thing. I don't know how I got this job. I just did. It's super cool.
Well, we're glad you did.
Thank you. But yeah, it's super dope, and it's fun, and it's cool, and yeah. So do that. Go subscribe to her right now, and all of those things. Go subscribe to Rachel, and go subscribe to FamKam, and subscribe to the Dirty Nerdy Show. Make sure you hit the bell and all of those other things. Follow me on Twitter at ChristopherNotWalken, and we'll see you in the next one. And I love you all so much. Bye. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Snape, Severus Snape, Dumbledore Snape, Severus Snape, Dumbledore, Ron, we, Dumbledore, Ron, Dumbledore, Hermione,
Oh, big old notes. Big old notes. Alright, cool. Wow, Drake. Wow, Drake. Cool. If Chris was here, he'd say, that's the name of my sex tape. You know I'm right.